watching you for a while now, Bruce. And I can tell there's something darker in you. You gotta be more careful. Some of these people are crazy.
Who are you?
Welcome to Arkham Asylum.
Joker, or should I say, John Doe from Telltale. And there's this thing going around that, you know, he's so sweet and innocent Puddin', and how good he is. Poor sweet innocent Puddin' and all that. And I questioned it before. But you see, so much later on, in Season 2, he's got just this sweet puddin' cupcake mentality. Yeah, well, here's the thing. The Joker in Season 1 and the Joker in Season 2 are not the same person. The Joker in Season 1 was quite manipulative. Clearly manipulative. Don't believe me? Well, what are the signs of manipulation that he is exhibiting? Let's list them off, shall we? Like the atmosphere, and Bruce's disturbance with his presence kinda indicates that he was suspicious, and for good reason.
I see him really as a very snobbish, manipulative guy, but like it's in his personality just to be a bit of a arrogant guy. Like he's just clearly smarter than and better than other people. But I think Bruce is the one person that he finds this attraction to, and he's the one person that he growing up with his character. You picture him as the psychotic, ranting lunatic.
Can it be? Old Sally the Weezer the Lestra. It's been a dog's age.
They wanted me to do something completely original, to sort of play it more subtle.
You gotta be more careful, Bruce. Some of these people are crazy.
You can even read what Bruce Wayne says about him. Now we enter Season 2, and a pattern of his suspiciousness. While he does seem more innocent, at the very first moment he can easily bait you with information. And you can tell. He basically gives you a tip, leading you to Riddler, to which he is shot and mysteriously killed. He does this twice, and in doing so, baiting you twice, he gets you to do what he wants twice. And on top of this, he just happens to speak in this fascinating, mysterious tone to draw you in because he, like a lot of tricksters, possess secret knowledge. And that's what he utilizes to get you. Or at least, it's a masterful manipulation tactic, in theory. Isn't it?
Freaky Vicky? I think we both know she's quite the lady, right, Bruce?
Wait, you know that Vicky is...
Oh yeah, to interject here. How does he know about Vicky Vale, Rather suspicious knowledge that he happens to know that Tricky Vicky is in fact Lady Arkham. And on top of that, goes on talking about how freaking Vicky Vale's parents were shot dead by yours truly, the dad everybody loves to hate.
Vicky hates you. Your dad helped bump off her parents.
Why would my father have the Vales killed?
I never said he killed the Vales. She was born in Arkham. Victoria Arkham. What?
The next logical question would be, how does he know this? Guess what? We'll never know, cause of Telltale shutting down. Well, crap.
It's gonna come at a price. When I get out of here, you're gonna owe me a favor, okay? Just one. Here, I tell you what, I'm gonna make a distraction to get the guards away from that gate. The rest is up to you. You make that phone call, and I promise I'll tell you how to find those missing drugs.
Let's carry on to the Riddler. In Season 2, he led you to the Riddler, gave you a tip, hooked you with information, to which He was shot and killed mysteriously.
Did you get out? Oh my god, did you escape?
Didn't have to. Dr. Leland signed the papers herself. She always had a soft spot for me. I need that, favor you owe me. You know, you might have been a little reluctant at the time, but if it wasn't for me, you'd still be in Arkham. Sleeping off your meds in the rec room with Zaz. You're gonna do right by me, aren't you? I know you're a man of your word. I've got this enemy. Real piece of work. Calls himself the Riddler.
How do you know the Riddler?
Wait a minute, you know him too. Of course, a man of Bruce Wayne's caliber knows everyone, so I shouldn't be surprised. Not your usual crowd, though. Or so I thought.
If I ever get my hands on him, I will tear him apart.
You don't know how glad that makes me, Bruce. You and me, we've got the same taste in people. If I had my way, that smarmy know-it-all would never leave his hole.
You mean his hole? You know where he is.
Yeah, not exactly, no.
Maybe I said too much.
I'll do you that favor you asked for, John. Okay, just tell me what you know about the Riddler.
Jeez. Well, if it means that much to you, if you're so eager to find him, why don't you let me help you? I'll find out where he is and get back to you.
Both times he baited you with information, gave you a certain amount, hooked you, and became friends with you as you leaned on him and became dependent on him. This is a common manipulation tactic. Don't believe me? Ask Bruce.
The problem they have, and then make sure they think you are the only one who can solve it. Once they have to rely on you, they're yours. We're social animals, John. Might as well exploit it. Act interested. Let them keep digging.
Fascinating.
Acknowledge that you hear them, but don't get in their way.
Yep, makes total sense.
Nice try.
Oh, it's ironic he says that. I think it really does make sense, actually. At least in a deeper part of his mind. I mean, look at his face. He knows.
Inside their head. Once you know how they think, you know what they want. And you use that.
Seems familiar, right? It seems 2 times he was using a baiting strategy, which is odd considering he is supposedly innocent. Then we have all those times that he unsettles and disturbs people. Speaks and looks at you with that knowing gaze. Like he always knows something that you do not. Always a darkness within him. Originally that darkness seemed to be a mask.
He's gonna be medicated, and he's pretending to be sane. Like, he's tricking everybody. So I figured that, you know, when he's talking to the doctor, Dr. Leland, he's doing an impression of what he thinks a charming person sounds like. So I'm like, okay, Dean Martin. So I thought, I was like, oh, hey, Doc, how are you? So there's like a little bit of that in there. And then the only time he's talking to Bruce and stuff, you see that mask slip.
Until it was revealed otherwise, leaving the only logical conclusion to be a split personality. And various symptoms of borderline personality disorder, but this is not what the video is about.
You got some real nerve, you know that, buddy?
All the blocks fall into place, as everything is leading up to the Joker. The big reveal that John was a front. A personality fabricated by the ingenious mastermind himself to getting close with you.
You gotta keep an eye on this guy. That Wayne charm gets him every time. You don't have to keep your mask on anymore, Bruce. Not with me.
To get close and personal. running around acting sweet and innocent, carefully crafted cover, accidental violent tendencies that he just can't quite control. That constant suspiciousness all over his face. Everything leading up to his goals were all falling into his hands, if only. Now, it points to seeming Joker. Now let's look at the figure. Must be Joker, right? Everybody has pointed to it being Joker. Everybody believes it's Joker because it seems logical they would lead you to someone he despises in order for you to do his dirty work for him. It seems logical that if he's not the leader of this group, he could be aspiring in some way. Aspiring, concocting something dastardly. We see time and again later, Joker is literally running around being more sweet and innocent seeming. Just violent urges that he needs help with. But every time you notice he's a little offbeat. There's always something disturbing, something more, something that feels manipulative, but only in those brief moments. In fact, John Doe isn't even mentioned originally at the end of Season 2. Instead, it's the Joker. And later on in Season 2, we're back to John Doe again. But all the while, we thought, is he playing games on me? He could so easily be doing that. That's what's offbeat, right? Well, no. In the end, despite all the indicators, it turns out that he was completely innocent and he wasn't even the one that shot Riddler. Because he would never kill someone. The problem with this revelation is it just feels off. The whole dynamic with the real killer seems forced, sudden. The whole Joker-John Doe dynamic feels off entirely. I mean, let's just think about it. So, he was clearly one sinister way, and he threatens to topping a previous criminal's attempt at killing you.
Fucking assassination attempt on his life. Batman made short work of the assassin.
Oh boy, it's gonna be tough to top that. But I'll give it a shot.
It's gonna be tough to top that, but I'll give it a shot. Sounds like a threat, if I've ever heard one. Also, if you look closely, you can see that he has makeup on, because most likely he was intended to already be Joker, or at least in that mindset. And then later on, he has no makeup at all. And on top of that, his clothes kept changing. One after the other. Originally, he had that snazzy outfit that you see him with. Very briefly, for like a couple seconds, and then you never see it again, and it's replaced with the purple funeral outfit, which, by the way, is never seen again after episode 1, despite the fact that they keep showing it all over the previews. Then it was abruptly replaced with a limey green outfit with a lot of polka dots. Why? I don't know. Maybe they couldn't decide on his clothing and characterization over and over, and they just kept changing things and deciding this is what we're gonna have it. No, we're gonna have it like this. No, we're gonna have it like this, etc. He's inconsistent is the point I'm getting across. You know, actually, I believe what happened with the Joker here is that they kept changing their mind, and they didn't have a coherent idea as to what he would be. At least it didn't match. Originally they had one idea, and then they had another idea. It's like The Last Jedi. They went one direction, and then they went another direction. And thus it ends up a little inconsistent. But it fleshed out anyway, and it worked out well. It was like The Last Jedi, but, you know, without sucking. So, it was like a box office smash this time, unlike The Last Jedi. But hey, miracles happen. I will say the original idea, I believed, was frenemy, much like Handsome Jack, where he would befriend you, act all friendly and everything, meanwhile having an ulterior motive or agenda against you. He liked him, he still liked him, all that stuff, but you know, just... Oh yeah, and if you go back to the time when he was talking about how you can defeat Vicky and he knows the darkness inside your heart, the expression they changed. Originally it was a shocked expression, and now it's a expression. Well, observe.
See, I know what you really are.
2.
You see, I know what you really are.
Now why would that be there, I wonder? Unless they originally had one designed for him. But then they backtracked it and changed their mind. I think we've stumbled upon a revelation here. So I think we can safely assume that he originally knew who Batman was. And so... he got him out there to fight Vicky Vale / Lady Arkham, because there's no way Bruce Wayne could fight Lady Arkham in any of our minds. No, only Batsy, and he happened to know that quite well. And he was counting on that. All a part of the plan to get her out of the way so that Bruce can do whatever he wanted. Now it seems that we're connecting the dots. At least, what could have been. But alas, that didn't happen, and we got instead 2 different outcomes, with the vigilante outcome and the villain outcome. And this was to create a divide in the endings and actually make your choices matter for once. And in that respect, I very much respect that. And it was actually pretty cool and good that they did that. With the whole influence that you actually have over Joker rather than Joker influencing you. Although in my opinion, the little voice inside his head, the alternate personality, is still influencing Bruce, while the other version of him, John Doe, is innocent. So he's still got a divide, he's still got a split, he's still got a sinister side.
You won't be disappointed.
But you actually get to affect whether it fully blossoms or stays underneath the confines and shadows of his mind. In that respect, it's very interesting, and I kinda like the way they went with it, but regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it still would have been interesting to see the other version of the Joker and where it could have gone. The puppeteer Joker that was playing friends, playing direct friends, as if he was helping you out and everything. But it's cool, it is what it is, so psychological games and all that, but the way it turned out was good, and I'm proud of the Joker that we had, but it doesn't change the fact that there's kind of 2 different Jokers, not even just counting the endings. I honestly wish they could have come up with some kind of comic book material for something like this. There could be a Joker who's pretending to be friends and everything until, you know, it's revealed that he's been manipulating you and puppeteering you around and such, but that most likely won't come to pass, so... Or at the very least, the villain and vigilante Joker that we got could have been very great to have in comics and such. Quite delightful, quite fun, unique take and all that. Hopefully someday it can happen. If not, maybe I'll just do it myself. Feck it, why not, right? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the rant. It was just a lot about the psychological build-up of the Joker, different ways that were kind of intended for it. But I hope you enjoyed the rant, and I plan to do more. I plan to do one on Handsome Jack at some point and his psychology. So if you want to see more, then you're welcome to subscribe, and I will be soon playing games and doing other stuff, so... Anyway, fare thee well, and may the laughs be with you. Oh, I sounded better in my head.
Nothing can keep enemies like us apart.
Batman-Joker relationship has always been I need you, Bruce, like Batman, you know. But in this one, he cares about Bruce, not Batman that much.
Huh.
So it's interesting that it makes it so much more personal that Batman can't, he can put on a mask and, fight crime and then go home and be the playboy. But, John Doe's going to turn up at his house, and that leads to a lot of very scary things for the people that in Bruce's life,
right?
Like the jealousy factor, like the ex-girlfriend,
God, yeah, that's psychotic. That's I feel like that can bubble up to be sort of infinitely more deranged than a lot of the other versions of the Joker we've seen.
I just see it. It adds just a much more personal thing that Bruce, like he could kidnap Alfred or do something really messed up.
It's got this kind of Kevin Spacey and Seven vibe to it, where it's like this isn't. There's
like
no
the stalker thing, or like a Fatal Attraction thing. Like, hey, you haven't called me, or something. I just think it'd be.
It's also kind of just like a buddy cop situation,
Yeah,
that's 8 hours or something.
Yeah, the other thing I really like is that they're giving the option, at least so far, to be friends with this guy, like take that selfie with him, and I think that's really I think it's very cute, and I don't think that you've really seen a genuinely nice Joker to Bruce.
No,
I don't think so.
And you also get the feeling that like he's gonna email that photo to like Walgreens or CVS and print hundreds of them
on the billboard.
Just get to put on like throw blankets.
Yeah, and like candle shrines in his basement. Like it's gonna get sick.
Yeah,
I'm probably just just over hoping for things here, but I want to see this go weird and crazy.
Yeah, me too.
I like his little purple phone case.